I don't have social media since 5 years. So why I did that and how I'm doing right now. So I will try to stay concise, like don't like try to want to say too much. In the sense that the story is very long. So you guys will maybe not have that much time. But I will begin as a very short story of my life before I delete these accounts. So I was in the art industry. Now, to give a little context, I'm in cybersecurity and computer science. So nothing to do, nothing to do. My art skills are not helping me in that. um, but yeah, that's what I was doing. And in this environment, um, I don't know if it have something to do with it, but I was a lot in the fashion things. I loved like to have my personal style. I was kind of like a part of like other people in terms of style. I wasn't really. I was kind of normal, but like because most of people are like very very normal, I was a little bit more less normal. If you know what I mean. Okay. And I love that. I loved like to be super. Um, I loved being like kind of weird in the eyes of people. I think I still have that. And just before I loved like showing it with my clothes, my look, my makeup, my piercings, a lot of of showing it. And so yeah, what happened is that I was, we can say, surrounded. People used to call me, I don't know if in English we can say that. I'm from France, so in French, in France, people used to call me the plug. But it sounds very weird when I'm saying it like that. But being a plug in French 4 years ago was meaning that you were someone that had a lot of connections with people to go to parties and knew like all the trendy places to go and knew the good people to enter in these places, blah blah blah. I was that kind of person, which I'm really far from that right now. But yeah, and so I was really active on social media. All my friends, actually, most of them, really most of them, I knew them with social media. And so it was the kind of friends of like really going out, party, going to the cool places, wearing cool clothes. And yeah, everyone was cool. We are super cool. We are like the cool guys, the cool guys, yeah. And so yeah, I was feeling myself. It was giving a lot of dopamines. Like my brain loved that, loved the fact that I was with cool people in cool places with cool clothes. Um, but yeah, what happened exactly was that I was in a fashion school at this moment, fashion art school. So basically, I wasn't finding like any more meanings in what I was doing. And to be honest, I never find it a meaning in what I was doing. In the sense that I was doing my things. People used to tell me that it was great. It was great. I mean, people will never tell you that you're doing shit. But I think, really, now looking at my work that I was doing in the past, I used to do like some good works. I don't think it was shitty. And my professors was like also telling me that this girl, she has talent. Yeah. So why you want to escape something where people are like hyping you and telling you that you have talent, and like a talent, it's a big thing, like you're born with it, like not everyone will have that, so take that chance and um yeah, try to live from this talent. Okay, the thing now is that, as I said, it's not that I didn't find it meanings in what I was doing, but I was feeling empty about what I was doing. With my, like, workspace, with my friend space, with my everyday space, going out, doing arts. And all of that is very cool. It's cool. My dopamine was rewarded for that. My brain was rewarded with dopamine by doing all of this. But at the same time, I was feeling a void. A really deep void. A void of what? I don't know. I would just say void. I didn't feel fulfilled. I didn't feel fulfilled. Something was really missing in my life, and the reality is that I wasn't happy. I was always out, always the funny girl, but I wasn't really happy in general. And yeah, I think I also was lacking of really deep connections, like friends that like you feel they are like your family. I mean, I had like very close friends, but like I don't know, I was really missing deep things in my life. I don't know what. I just knew that I had this void, and that I wanted deep things. What? I don't know. Yeah, that's weird. That's how I was in my head, so very messy. And so basically I stopped my art school after only 1 year. I didn't last it that much. Even if I was doing great, I wasn't understanding why I was here, and at the same time, I didn't really even wanted to begin this school. Why I've done that? It was that I just didn't know what I wanted to do at all. And so if I was really hearing myself, I was just doing nothing. Just nothing. Just like out of school, drop out. But like to make my mom not worry too much, because I've done a lot of shit. Like I scared her a lot in her whole life. So I was like, this time, Mom, I got you. I will do something, and so you will feel like less stressed about my future and me maybe being homeless. So I will do that. I will do the school, which will be art school. So I didn't want it to begin it at the first place. So yeah, I mean, makes sense. What happened after made sense. So yeah. And I don't regret this choice, even if it was a choice that I made for other rather than me. I think all the path that we choose make the person that we are right now, and I'm kind of like satisfied with the person that I'm right now. So if I had to take all the paths that I took to be this person right now, I will take them again. So yeah, and there is always place for improvement. Of course, I'm not saying that I'm perfect, that I I don't know. I'm just saying that I think I'm on the right path and that there is still space for improvement, definitely. But whatever. Whatever. I stopped the school and I basically was very lost. I didn't know what to do, and my mom beginning to be very stressed because I wasn't in school at all at this time. So yeah. So after that, I went to live in another country. I'm very extreme in my choices. So I went to live in another country, and I think that I needed a whole change. I really needed to like find myself and just like review all my environment and really take a step back. Really take a step back on everything. Take a deep breath and just think about it. Just think about it. Think about like the actions that I was taking. Really confronting myself and myself with myself only. No one included else. And so, for me, if I wanted to do that, I had to delete all my social media as all my friends came from these platforms, which was mainly Instagram. Yeah. Instagram, Twitter, yeah. So, yeah, I deleted them. And when I've done that, I felt really alone. I felt really alone. Because the thing is that when you're like a cyber, always so on social media, replying to people's story. I mean, all my communications was going through social media. Like, who is texting? Like, you know. And I didn't said it also. I never said to anyone that I was going to delete my social media. I just done it. I just deleted it. And so I just felt very lonely because it's like you have hundreds of friends with who you're communicating. You're replying to their story, they're replying to your story, you chit chat, you talk, you also like found them in some events, so you're like, oh, connections, I don't know. And so yeah, by deleting that, I had no more all of that. I had no more communications with anyone. And it was really daily. So I went from like daily communications with like a lot of people to zero communication. And zero entertainment, really, because I was spending my time, of course, like a lot of people of my age, and even not only of my age. I think every generation have been like touched by this kind of addiction of social media. So yeah, I didn't had something to scroll during the days. I didn't had school. I didn't had my mom also because I was in a foreign country. But I was in a country where I had some family, so that was actually really good. I had my grandma with me, so that was really cool. But yeah, I was in a deep sense of like reflecting on my life, on a lot of things, And so, how I felt about this deletion of social media. So as I said, I had the loneliness, but at the same time, I felt free. I really felt a freedom. Because I wasn't taking any actions for social media, in the sense that I'm sure this happening to a lot of people who have this platform and are active. Like, you go to a certain restaurant. Why are you choosing this one instead of this one? Oh, this one is pretty. Okay, why you want to be in a pretty restaurant? I'm in a restaurant to eat, not to like look around me. But oh, I can make some cute pictures. That's true. That's true. Okay, let's go to this one. Like, I don't know, making like life decisions. I mean, not life decisions, not big decisions, but like decisions that have an impact in the real life for social media, which is this virtual thing that actually virtual but very real at the same time. Because there are real people, but real people who are showing a really small part of their life, of course. A really small part. And that's the thing. Is that we see all these people having fun. Why I'm singing, I don't know. Having fun, going to parties, having the best clothes, being like hoo hoo hoo, ha ha ha. And you're this person scrolling in your bed. How you feel about that? How you feel about that? I was feeling like shit. Really? Really, when I... Yeah. Yeah. Especially when you're down. When you're down and like you're seeing like everyone else have like having their best lives and you're very down. It's very selfish, but when you're down you want everyone to be down. You don't really want people to be down, but you want people to understand you. And when you go on this, you see everyone super happy. You're like, I'm the only one who is depressed here, and no one is understanding me, and blah blah blah. And this creates even more loneliness. So that's weird. This is called social media. This is you should like socialize. Be, feeling surrounded. I don't know. That's what socialization is kind of for. But the reality is that the opposite is happening. We are feeling more lonely because we are all in this kind of bubbles with our heads on these phones, like scrolling, and like like this makes me so sad when I see just a bunch of people. It can be like the metro station, even a party. People do that even in parties. They are all on their phone. I don't know what they are doing. Maybe they are doing smart things actually. Maybe they are reading books on the phone. You can do very smart things on the phone. Oh, why this is no? Okay, it didn't stop. Okay. Maybe they are doing very smart things on their phone, but they are in bubbles. We are all living in some bubbles. We don't care about what's around us. We don't pay attention anymore to what is surrounding us in like the real life. And that's crazy. Like we lost this like self-conscious and around consciousness, which is actually our self-consciousness. That is just like capturing the signal of what is happening around us. We don't have this. We are losing that. We are losing that because we are making decisions on like some trendy things, on like something that have like really no meanings. All of these have just no meanings. And so yeah, we just feel like more lonely. We feel more lonely. We feel less understood. We feel that everybody have like a super happy, super life. And yeah, I don't think that this is what people want. Yeah, social media is like very beneficial. Benefice. I mean, you got it. For like people who are creating. Really. I I think that when you are creating is actually like really interesting. That's why I think I'm doing these videos. Because by only like talking to yourself, to this camera, talking to myself right now, and this kind of like destroy the loneliness feeling. That's weird. And like by creating kind of like communities around like the things you are talking about, this is really powerful. This is like a very powerful way to engage with people, I think. But like when we are only consuming, that's I think where the problem is on like a social mental aspect. So yeah. Yeah, maybe the solution is not deleting social media. Maybe the solution is reviewing how we use it. We can all be creators and consumer at the same time. But it's just like so. I mean, look at it. The way it's designed. That's crazy. The way it's designed. This is designed like to make you scroll an amount of time that is like ridiculously gigantesque, enormous. You have like scientists that are like looking at all of that, how the brain works, how the addiction work, a lot of psychologists, a lot of like neuroscientists, whatever, who are like studying that to make you scroll. And the more you scroll, the more they are happy, and the less you are living, actually. So these things are taking just parts of your life. We are like dying younger, living less, have a shorter life. I consider sleeping. Sleeping is very important, very different. But let's just take the sleeping like as just a conscious thing, like off on. But sleeping is very important. I have every night my 8 hours of sleep, and yeah, we need to sleep, of course. But like when we sleep, our conscious is like off. I mean, when I will talk about my best moment of lives, I will never talk about my sleeps. I'm just sleeping. When you're scrolling on social media, it's kind of the same thing. You have like an off switch on your conscious, and the time goes and goes and goes. You're not conscious about it. You're not even conscious of the like reel or TikTok you saw just before. You lose your consciousness and you're just scrolling, losing time, losing life. And so That's that's crazy. That's so crazy for me. That's the way we are living now. I never been in the 90s, you know, but I'm like, no, I will not be this girl that will say like it was better before. I will try to not sound ridiculous. So I will not say that. But life could be maybe slightly more interesting without all these things. Or at least without like the addiction side of it. Yeah. So like what what is the problem? What is the problem? Problem for me, I stated, is that we are dying younger by having a shorter life. Okay, that's my statement. Now, what's the solution? What's the solution? So the solution at like a general, no, not general. Yeah, general space. I mean like as like a global solution. I think there is no global solution. The global solution might involve a lot of politics, which I don't have the ability to, and I don't have the ability to think about it even. So I don't have any global solution. I just have individual solution, which works for me. So I'm going to share this individual solution. And I think that if a lot of individual people put this individual solution, we can make a group and hang out. Yeah, that's actually all these videos to make friends. No, but like there is an interesting thing that we could do, and that I've done actually. It's shutting down the phone. Shut down your phone for 1 week at least. This will feel very weird. I tell you. I did it. It was weird. Even if I don't have social media, there is also this point that come from the phone. You have the same thing on social media because you have like the message thing, the calls which are possible. So having like just this thing where people can communicate with you at any time, any given moment, this is so stressful. I mean, not stressful in a way that you're thinking about it all day, but unconsciously, your mind will keep an eye on it. Unconsciously, you will have this somewhere, maybe a little bit deep, you will naturally feel it, but it will be here. That someone at any given moment can contact you. And most of the time, we want people to contact us. The people we appreciate, at least. And so, we can hope for people that we appreciate to contact us. Which increase the unconsciousness of things to keep an eyes on it. So when you shut off your phone completely, what happens is that you're not hoping anymore for any communication, and that's real freedom. That's real freedom, for real, for real. Just try it. Just try it. And do things. Don't stay at home doing nothing and being like struggling with you and your mind. I mean, you can do that. You can improve a lot of things with yourself like that, which I've done, and I always do, confronting myself with myself. Sometimes it's hard, but it's necessary, I think. But go out. go out, go to the park, do fun things. Do fun things without your phone. And you may be alone because you don't have way to contact people. And try to be open to other people. Like I really like find it like some friends this way because I didn't had my phone and I was in a park and they were there and I was like I have nothing to do. I have nothing to comfort myself in like I don't have an excuse of like I'm busy with my phone. So I was there, these people was there and I began to hang out with them because I was conscious of what was around me and these people was around me and they saw that I was conscious that they were here, so this created a connection. And this connection could like have never happened if I was like on my phone and being like I mean maybe it could, I don't know, just inventing some excuse for people try to convince you to shut your phone off for just 1 week. But yeah, it was a really cool thing to do, and I do it. I still do it sometimes. I shut off my phone for like some days or a week. I usually do a week maximum because I want to see some friends on the weekend, so I turn it on and yeah. Yeah. So one interesting thing that you can look like to maybe scare yourself is just going on like your setting time and see how many hours you have spent on total on your social medias, even just on your phone. The number is most of the time very scary. I saw one time on a friend phone 8 hour. I was like, 8 fucking hour. You lost 8 hour of your life, which seemed nothing, but 8 hour every day. Can you imagine that? 8 hour every day. Like we are like losing so much moment of our life. That could be some very meaningful moments. If it's with ourselves or with others, just being conscious and stop losing this conscious. Being conscious of things. And maybe we actually don't want to be conscious of things. But like why? Why we are avoiding our consciousness? That's a really deep work. To do to understand that. I will not advise this on this video on how to do that. Maybe one day. But that's just a hard work that you have to do with yourself to understand yourself. But this will be very beneficial for the long run for you. Definitely. Oh my god. So, yeah. I still don't know what I was saying. I always lose my track. Oh my god. Yeah, guys, just delete social media. Okay. Interesting things that I did recently. It's that I said all of that, but I reinstalled social media as Instagram like maybe 3 weeks ago, 1 month, something like that. Feel guilty. Eee. No, okay. I've done that. and it's like a very small account. Like there is like 10 people on it, like, and like I don't want people like to add me, so I have just a very weird name with a very weird picture profile. You will never find me. But yeah, I reinstalled it to have contact with some old friends. With some old friend that I wanted to keep contact with. And I was really happy to see how they were doing, what they are doing, and just having some updates in life. Because what's an interesting point when you don't have social media is that for people, for thinking of you to like get some news, it's very hard. And I understand them. I never was mad of people not like trying to get news for me, because some people had like my phone number. But I never get mad of that because I really understand them, in the sense that they wasn't seeing my face anymore. They wasn't saying any of my story, they wasn't showing any of my likes, any of my comments, anything. Anything for me to just remind them that I'm existing on this earth. So of course I had friends that were like texting me and being like, how you're doing. It was way less often. Way less often. But when this was happening, I was very happy. Because I was like, this person is like thinking about me. And like, they have nothing that will like trigger this thinking. Like that is like external. Like this trigger of like thinking about me to ask for news is very like a memory came to them and make them think about me. And so yeah, that made me happy, very selfishly. People thinking about me, that's enough to make me happy. Yeah. No, for real. That was a real issue. But like I said, like I was trying like to avoid people to like, oh my god, to like be able to think with myself. So yeah. But yeah, if you're deleting social media, take that in consideration. And maybe also don't do it by like not saying to anyone. Maybe just put a little message, a little story by saying, I'm going to delete social media. Because the thing is that, recently, I mean maybe 1 year ago, 2 years, I don't know. I was in Paris, where I'm from. Paris in France, not Paris, Texas, I think. You can tell it with my accent. And so I was in Paris, and I was in a party. I was like, that's the summer, let's go party, you know? And I find it so much of my old connections and people that I really liked, like friends. And I saw them and they saw me and they were like, we thought that you were dead. Of course they was thinking that I was dead, because like I said nothing to anyone and just deleted and moved off the country. So that was kind of selfish on my side. Even if I needed that, if I had to go back and do it again, I think I will at least just put a story, guys, I'm deleting social media and I'm moving also. I didn't done that. So yeah. Yeah, if you're considering deleting social media, that's a good move to do, I think. Just to let everyone know that you're not dead, you know. Um, and so yeah. I think that's all I had to say on social media. There's no really conclusion. Just a crazy time. Crazy time of the humanity where no, also like an interesting thing. It's that like sometimes I see people going on social media for like break. People say like I okay, I know I'm like shutting off my conscience, but that's what I want. Like I want to like have a break of thinking. It's like putting a stupid show. I get it. I get it. But it's not really like making you having a break for your like brain at all. At all. I tried it recently. I was like, oh, I have a break, 5 minutes. Let's see what's around with my new account. It was 5 minutes. 5 minutes. I have a timer on it. 5 minutes. After this 5 minutes, I felt my brain was so overwhelmed. My brain was like, it was information. And my brain was like, oh my god. After my break, I felt like so exhausted. I felt so overwhelmed. Like, I felt that my brain was full. I began to have like a headache. Not really a headache, but just like having a full brain. I hadn't space for any other thinkings. And so I didn't felt it like a break at all. Look, if you have 5 minutes and you have a break, you just take a nap. This is the best break. And you can think like 5 minute nap, this will make nothing, like this is stupid. I don't even have the time to sleep. But no, actually, this is when my brain is really getting a rest. Stop thinking. Having a deep breath. It's like a meditation. 5 minutes. After this 5 minutes, you open your eyes. The 5 minutes actually seems longer than 5 because you're doing nothing. So it feels long and slow. You open your eyes and you will feel very peaceful, very zen, and not the overwhelmed sensation that I had after this 5 minutes of social media. And also, I'm not going to lie that since I have this application on my phone, it have happened multiple times since this 3 week where I spent it 1 hour scrolling. 1 hour. Maybe not at once, but like multiple times in the day. The total was 1 hour. I was like, that's way too much of time spent in nothing. And when I say nothing, it's like in pollution for the brain. That's how I see it. I see it really as a pollution that is overwhelming my brain. And that's how I feel every time I go on these applications. And that I keep scrolling. And I'm like, if I'm scrolling without control of it, really, because I don't want to do it, but I want to do it at the same time, how it is for other people? Because it's have been like 4 years I didn't have this in my hand, and now it's been 3 weeks and I already want to like scroll and shut off my mind. I'm like, how is it for people that like never made a break from it? That's just so crazy. I don't know how to say it, but for me it seems very crazy and destructive. destructive for the brain, destructive for the thinking process, for the critical process also, because you always have things that are going in your way. You're following certain people, your algorithm will always, always show you things that you agree with. Because if you don't, you will just not click on it. So you lose your critical thinking. Like, you're just surrounding yourself with things that you have already validated, and that are like either like for information, but everything is mixed. Like, everything is like, it's a mashup of like everything, mashup of like educational content. That's fine, but even educational content for like 10 seconds, what are you doing to do with that? What are you really doing to do with that? Can someone tell me that he had really like a knowledge of something out of like a reel? Your brain just really don't have the time to like process the information. It can be educational, it can be like reality TV show. It will be the same thing for your brain. Like, I mean, there is no study on that. I'm just saying what I'm thinking, which can be kind of controversial, maybe. But yeah, I would love to hear like other people's opinion on that. So yeah, if there is people that like would like to comment and say what they think about it, I would love that. Let's chit chat in the comment section. And yeah, I think that's all for me right now. I spreaded a little bit everything I was thinking about social media, and in a very messy way. And I put YouTube apart. YouTube is very cool. It's very cool, but it can be also very addictive. So be careful, guys. Be careful too. Be careful. Just do the best that you can do for yourself, and you will be fine. Surround yourself with good peoples. Yeah, just take care of you. So yeah, let's just chit chat in the comment section on the subject. And yeah, see you for a next What's in the Mind of Lena.